What's up guys, the Chicken King here, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing something a bit different. Well, a tier list is not different, but we're going to be doing a different game, Kingdom Rush. They're going to be doing a tier list of all the towers. Eventually we might make an Origins or Frontiers video because I have those on my PC. I have the OG and Vengeance on my phone though. There are currently 4 Kingdom Rush games. Just Kingdom Rush Origins, Kingdom Rush Frontiers, and Kingdom Rush Vengeance. We're going to be ranking all the towers except for the Wicked Sisters, Goblin War Zeppelin, Blazing Gem, Grim Cemetery, Swamp Thing. I forget what this one's called, and I forget what that one's called, because they're the paid towers in Vengeance, and since I don't have it on PC, I don't have them, so yeah, we're not going to be ranking the paid ones since I don't have them. So yeah, we're going to be starting from the OG and then continuing until the last one you unlock and doing it like that, from S to F. Let's get started. Now we're starting on a good note with the Ranger Tower. You know, this is probably one of my most used towers in the original Kingdom Rush. I think it's an A tier. It has fast, it does pretty good damage, and it's fast, which is good, and its abilities are really good. One of poison arrows, it poisons enemies, which is really good. And then the other one is it's kind of a stalling move. It puts enemies in place for a bit and does a bit of damage. I feel like that one's a bit too expensive, but I think this tower is very good. Easy A tier. Now we have the first barrack tower. I forget what it's called, but that you unlock, which is yeah, it's very good. It's the king of stalling. It has high armor. It doesn't do the best damage, but it's a barrack tower. You don't care about damage. And yeah, so the barrack, and also it has the healing, which is nice. It's very nice to have, makes it very tanky. And it also has area of effect attack, which I never use. So, but yeah, an A tier as well. It's a very good barrack. Arcane towers, arcane mages. A tier, easily. They're not S tier because we have a few other OP towers around here. But seriously, A tier. It's better than these two. It does super good it's incredible damage. It's a mage tower, so even Dark Knights and stuff, they take 2 hits. Disintegrating enemies is good, but I far prefer the teleporting move, which is way better. Honestly, should be more expensive than the other one. Very good. Next up is the Musketeer Garrison, I believe is the name. I never use this tower. I basically, aside from it has the best range of the Kingdom Rush 1 towers. But I don't know, it's just far outclassed by the Ranger. And there's another long-range tower that's far better in Origins. And the moves, I just never use this tower. The moves are pretty good, but I mean, I'll put it in B tier because, I mean, there's not really much of a reason to use it because you can spam these guys and it'll give you way better than one of these guys. So C or B? I mean, it's good. It's B because of the range. Otherwise, it would be C. Does anyone like the barbarians? They're terrible. The goal is their idea is for them to be really good at killing, but why do you want to use your barrack on killing? And we have things like arcane towers or ranger towers that are made for killing enemies, not the barbarians. They're basically worthless. I never use them. Their axe throwing and stuff it's all just not very good at all. I've got to put them in D. They're not very good, really. But they're not F because they're not the worst tower in history. Now we have the Big Bertha. This is an A tier. Do I put it above the Ranger? The problem is the thing with the Big Bertha is that it's really good. It has incredibly high damage. The exploding into tons of bombs is really good. The missiles are really good. It's kind of like the battle mecha, but not the battle mecha. So the Wasp missiles are like the battle mecha. It's definitely an A tier, but is it better? Yeah, it's better than. Is it better? Yeah, I mean, the thing is that there's something that makes it basically worthless. You'll see. Sorcerer. Is it better than the Arcane? Because it does not as much damage, but getting rid of armor basically makes its base is really good. The Golem is incredible. And, yeah, I think it's better than the... I think I'm like that. Now for the last from the original game is the Tesla Coil. Everyone knows this to be the best tower, and while I think one tower is better, it's the best tower in this game, and it's one of the best. It's definitely like top 3 or top 2. It's probably like one of the. It's definitely one of the best. Maybe even and to most people, it's the best, and I can see why. It attacks multiple enemies with better damage than Big Bertha. It can attack even more with the supercharged move, and the static field move is really good. Vesnon, the boss fight, it's like easier than it's like probably the easiest last boss fight of all the last boss fights, simply because Tesla coils. Okay, maybe the Paragons from Vengeance are easier, but still. Now we're moving on to Origins with the Arcane Archers. These guys are really good. I think they're the bottom of... Yeah, they're the bottom of A tier, but they're really good. The Arcane Archers are, really good. I mean, they have the Bomb Arrows, which are pretty good, and the Sleep Arrows, which are also quite good. Though what I mainly use them for is that, in a lot of levels with, spiders and stuff, I put them at entrances to, get rid of the magic resist and then use Wild Magus. And it's really good that it gets rid of magic resist. I like it. It's an A tier, easily. The Blade Singers. They're actually quite a good tower, not F tier, but they're actually quite good. But there's one slight problem. Why would you ever use the Blade Singer when there's 2 barrack towers in this game, and the second one is far better? You really have almost no need to use this tower whatsoever. So B tier for that, but it's it's getting its own tier. Actually, no. Let's just put it in. It's a low A tier or a high B tier. Wild Magus is one of the more interesting mages, because it's either lot of damage or spawn and good damage. They're not generally fast, and they move and they do attacks very fast. Especially good with the Arcane Archers, a very good tower combo, because the Arcane Archers will make it so that everything will just be destroyed by the Wild Magus. And while it's not as good as the other mage tower in this game, and it's not the best mage tower in the world in general, it's a very good tower, and I think it's A tier. Is it better than them? Yeah, the moves are also pretty good. I don't think it's better than the Archers just because this is outclassed, and this you actually use more, and this you use a lot more casually. The Archmage, or Archmage Druid or something, I don't remember the name. It's actually really good. They spawn bears, which is not the best stalling unit, but it can be nice if you want fast damage at one area and bears at the back, so that no one gets past. So if one enemy gets past, so that's nice and stuff. And then the other move is also pretty good, but I think it's good. I actually don't remember it, but what is it? Oh yeah, it's good. But yeah, so is it? Yeah, it's an A tier. I don't think it's as good as the. Is it as good as? It's better for the Yeah, I think it's better. The Crimson Longbows, I believe, is the name. Very good tower. They are. Now, this is everything that the Musketeer garrison isn't. It's slow, but it can insta-kill, make enemies take double damage, and it's also very good for things like flying units. It basically just makes them worthless. Especially if you put it in like an area where it can attack a huge area and stuff. So it's an A tier, definitely. It's definitely better than the arcane archers, but it's slower, so you can't just like spam it. I think it's better than them, but poison, yeah, it's probably better than that. I'm actually going to demote Big Bertha. Forest Keepers. This is why the Blade Singers are low, because the Forest Keepers exist, and they will definitely hurt you, because they're probably one. Origins has like, actually, why are Blade Singers in B? They should be in A. They're like really good, like actually. The barracks in Origins are actually incredible. They definitely undid that in Frontiers, but they're incredible in Origins. Like, seriously, Forest Keepers, the true damage, like, I mean, I know that I said the Barbarians suck because they are for killing, but these guys are actually good at it. They can stall enemies, they can heal, which is, I don't use it that much, but it is quite good. And they can deal the true damage, which is, like, literally insane. But yeah, it's very easily the best barrack tower in this game. There might be a better barrack tower, but yeah. Best in this game at the least. It's very OP. The High Elven Mage, it's better than the Magus. No offense, Magus, but is it better than the, yeah, probably up here. Yeah. Is it poison? Yeah. So first of all, it phases enemies out, which, while it is made for damage, it's actually pretty good for clearing out big groups of enemies, especially in like the levels with the the boom shrooms, which is nice. The sentinels are really good, and the damage overall is just good. And while it is slow, it has like 3 projectiles, so it basically makes up for it. Very good tower. The Weird Wood is underrated. I mean, it's very good. Definitely better than the other mage tower, artillery tower in that game. Now, I don't really use it too much, but it's OP. It's probably up here. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like it right where it is. But it's seriously OP. The moves are great, and yeah, that's probably better than the Elven Mage, but the insta-kill makes it, no, it doesn't. Why are these guys so high? I'm gonna demote them. They're barely any low. I'll leave them up at the top because of their stupid damage. Easy S tier. Crossbow Fort is incredible. The crossbow fort is super good. It's fast, it deals good damage, and its abilities are insane. Bolt, the bolt move where it like shoots bolts, that's incredible. It's super powerful. It absolutely shreds through. Flying enemies are worthless, kind of like Crimson Longbow, I think is the name, and it's really OP, and it can make towers nearby it have better range. This is incredible for things like mage towers and dwarfs, and so it can basically just give everything so much range, and it's so good. Like, it shouldn't be this high. Like, I think it's kind of high. I think a reason is because it's the best of its kind. It's like the best easily of like the bow towers and stuff. I don't remember the actual name because I know they're barracks, mages, artillery, but I don't remember those. I think it's like marksman or something. I'm not sure. Barracks and frontiers, I think most people agree with me on this, but in my opinion, they're not very good. They kind of suck. This is the Assassin's Guild is B. It's a B tier. Actually, yeah, it's B. It's not the best stalling unit. It can steal gold, which is pretty worthless since you'll never make your money back. The dodging is actually really good, and it's not as good as the musketeers, but yeah, it's not good. It's not that good. The dwarf, Do I put it in S or A? Because at one point it's like incredible, but on the other hand, Battle Mecha 200 exists. Let's put it in A tier, but it's in between there. Archmage. It's honestly, it's pretty good. I mean, I don't really use it that much, but it's good. It's outclassed by the other mage tower, but it's a very good tower. I mean, I should use it more. So like, it's probably like, I don't think it's as good as these guys because it's not as because the stalling power there is incredible. The tornado move is very good. It's very good for stalling. The whole thing that can have 3 is very good. I never use the other move, but still. And the Templars, the second of Frontier's incredibly worthless barracks. Seriously, like, I'm better off using getting multiple necromancers and using the Death Rider guys. It's probably better than these guys. They have medium, they're kind of good. They can revive. There's a chance of them reviving, which isn't even as good as the dodge chance, which makes it kind of bad. They have pretty good health, but why do you have to spend money on getting them to have really high health? They have medium armor, which is good, and they have the bleeding attack, which is actually probably their best move, but they're not very good, just like every barrack in this game. You know what? I'm going to put them in C. They're okay, I guess. Axe throwers are B. They're B tier, honestly. They're not I like never use them, but they're actually kind of decent. Weakening enemies is cool, and I forget the other move, but still, like, it's pretty good. It's just like the crossbow fort is one of the best Kingdom Rush towers, and this is the other one, so it's not the best, honestly. The Necromancer. Where do I put this incredible tower? Probably right up here. Aside from Barracks, Frontiers had some of the best towers. Yeah, it's fast like the Magus, but it does really good damage. The Poison Cloud is very good, and probably better than the Poison Arrows. And then the other one, which is, I think, better, why is it, like, a little bit less expensive, is the, spawning, where it, like, spawns this, like, Death Rider guy. I'd probably rather have a bunch of these guys than any of the Barrack towers in this game. They're actually really good. The Necromancer's really good, and actually it's really good with the crossbow fort, because I think one of the best combos in the game is the crossbow fort, Necromancer, and Battle Mecha, because the Battle Mecha shreds through the enemies. They handle like all the extra stuff, like the flying units, or for the Soren levels, the Sorens and stuff. And the Necromancer gives you a little bit of stalling power along with your hero, which will likely be Alric unless you're using the paid heroes. And it's very good, honestly. I like the Necromancer a lot. It's A tier easily. Where do I start with the Battle Mecha? First of all, let's start with saying that it's the best tower in Kingdom Rush. Gets its own tier. Best tower. It's very good speed. It's a unit, so you'd think, why is it good? It has very good speed and it has good attack speed and damage, so it basically destroys enemies. Flying units, nothing. Wasp missiles, like, literally you like set up one of these, a crossbow fort and Necromancer, and then slowly just have nothing but wasp missiled Battle Mechas. They shred there's nothing the enemies can do. Like, for the Tesla Coil, you're gonna need some support and stuff, but these guys barely need anything if you have a couple of them. And, like, they're super powerful. And the mud move, if you have, like, one guy in the back who has it, gives you enough stalling power that you can ignore humans, them, because you're barely going to need it because the wasp missiles are going to be killing them before they're even walking under the second battle mecha. Best tower. Now for the vengeance towers. I'm going to be ranking these a bit differently since I'm just going to be talking about their level 4 and abilities because they work differently, like you have them the whole time. They work differently, so yeah. Starting with the shadow archers. They're very good. They are very good. The crow is not very good, but it's nice to have. The marking, which is basically the crimson longbows thing, but it's not as good, but still it's quite good. And the killing move I never use. It's not that good, honestly. I mean, it's an insta-kill, but, like, it's too expensive. Though the tower itself is not too I mean, it's expensive, but it's worth the price. I think it's right here. Yeah, it's better than Bertha. It's probably not even better than the Forest Keeper. Yeah, here, A tier. It's an A tier. The goblin guys, the orc camp or something. Now there's like 3 barracks. There's like 3 of the free barracks, and this is easily the best one. And I think it's the only barrack tower in this game that has 3 units. It survives pretty well. It actually can do pretty decent damage, which is interesting. And it heals. And the captain is also cool to have. It's not better than, like, these guys, but it's very good. It's a very good, the only reason I'm putting it above the Shadow Archer is simply because it's the best barrack tower in that game. The Infernal Mage is, is it better? It might be actually the bottom of A tier. It's very good, trust me. It is incredible, but it is kind of outclassed by a few other mage towers, and also the moves they're very good, especially the teleporting and the fire floor ones, but I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Rocket Riders are B tier. They're better than these guys, but they're incredible. They're not better than these guys. I mean, yeah, they're not. It's too expensive. It's not good enough. I don't even remember the moves because I never used this tower. It was like the first tower. It was one of the first towers. Like for the whole game, I basically never used this tower. Like once I got like the furnace, I basically threw it away. The Dark Knights are also I never used. They're better than them because the shield move sucks. They have an insta kill, which is good, I guess. They have high armor, which is good, but the thing is that there aren't 3 of them. They're never gonna defend. They're not good enough. Don't use them. There's no need to use them there's no reason to use them over the orc guys. The furnace is very good. Now let's face it, it's not an original tower whatsoever to warp anyone. It's very good. I'll put it up here. It can power up towers nearby, which is good for things like which is good for Spectre Mausoleum and Bone Flingers. Very good. Definitely an A tier. Oh yeah, speaking of the Spectre's Mausoleum, it's like the best tower in the game. Maybe not the best, but it's OP. Like, it's better than these guys. It's a pretty average speed. The gargoyles are really good. Taking control of enemies, just get it. Don't do the other upgrade. It's kind of bad if you continue that. And also, and the other one with getting more specters. I don't use it as much, but it's still good. This is a great tower. I don't think. Never mind. But yeah, it's really good. Does anyone use the Gobblerangs? They suck. That's it. I don't even have to talk about the moves. They just suck. Bone Flingers, however, I like them more. They're fast, and they do specifically because of their got milk move. They do really good damage, and they're super fast. And may I add that they're just cheap. They're worth nothing. Like, it's 60 to get it and 110 to level 2 and 180 to level 4. And then there's, like, the big guy, which is cool. The skeletons that spawn is cool. And obviously got milk is very good. I think it's better than the specters. Elite harassers are... I think they're better than them just because they're quite good killers. Now, I know I complained about the barbarians for that, but the thing is that they're not even very good at it, and the harassers are. But then again, they exist. And they will not hurt you, but they will keep you still to hurt you. Now the last tower we'll be ranking, because I don't own any of these, is the Orc Shaman. I like these guys. They're pretty good. I mean, they're really good. I mean, they're pretty expensive. They're like one of the more expensive of the tower of the vengeance towers. Again, I have know nothing about the paid ones. Is it up there? It's probably there. That seems like a good spot. There's my list. Sorry that I haven't been uploading, but I want to try to be uploading some gameplay of different games, some tier lists, some stuff, and yeah. I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe.